So we are starting the ninth session. So up to now we have completed 8 sessions. So I hope that you got a very clear understanding about the chapters we have completed up to now. And with this ninth session, we will try to complete much more content of the chapter. So we stop at the Web 2.0 technology. So we explain the first slide of that. So we will start from that onward. So in the previous session, the 8 sessions, we talk about what Web 2.0 technology is. So if I remind it a little bit, so it allows people to create, share, collaborate and communicate. So without any skill of web design or publishing skills, so you can do the things as you want, such as in the web, Facebook, you can design your Facebook page and you can publish anything, post and share and create. So many things can be done. So that is called Web 2.0 technology, which is inbuilt in the Facebook and other kind of website. So advantages we talk about here, and also we'll go to the user experience and participation in Web 2.0. Users can actively take part in many-to-many communications. That is not included one-to-one, not many-to-one, one-to-many. There are many-to-many communications. It means that you can communicate with many people. So in a new way, Web 2.0 allows firms of all sizes to engage with customers, staff and suppliers. So it does not care about the size of the organization because it is present in web, and that 2.0 technology that has allowed to engage with customers, staff and suppliers without considering about the size of the organization. Customer focused approach to a new products development, because customers can actually be involved in the design of the new product. As explained in the previous slide also, in Facebook you know that how do you design your web page and how to post those things. In Web 2.0 technology, in most of the site, in the business site, they have included this designing the things as their own by the customer's capability. So customers can design the product. So play an important role in the in this knowledge economy through supporting creativity, collaboration, knowledge sharing and ultimately innovations. So you know what the knowledge economy is, that through that which support creativeness and collaborate with each other and sharing knowledge with each other, and ultimately which gives innovations through sharing of knowledge, collaborations and creativeness. So these are the use of experience, user experience in 2.0 web technology. Features: social networking. Social networks such as Facebook and Twitter allow users to make contact with other users. The users can contact with other users. It means the customers can contact with customers. So it's an open network. So social networking capability is there. In the special feature in this 2.0 that we can consider is this social network. Blogs blogs provide an easy way for users to publish their own content. There are blogs. In the blogs, you can comment some kind of informations. Blogs are usually text based. Users can publish audio, also can be published. Visual content also can be published as podcasts. And the growth of sites such as YouTube illustrate how popular podcasts have become. In the YouTube also those kind of facilities are available. And Wiki allows user group to collaborate in editing content in Wikipedia. When you talk about Wikipedia, that Wikipedia has immense number of content. So large number of content. So that is edited by the user group. The user group are editing those things. So that is a collaborative online encyclopedia is the best known example for this. Actually, Wikipedia is a very good example for these wikis. Instant messaging can send the message instantly. This allows real-time conversation between two or more participants using pop-up dialog boxes. For example, instant messaging in Skype. Skype also using this 2.0 technology, and Skype, their messenger. There are so many messenger services inbuilt in this Facebook as well, also in other websites which use the Web 2.0 technology. Specialization of knowledge sharing in Web 2.0. So, what is this web knowledge sharing? And also socialization. Socialization of knowledge sharing. So, in the social community, the knowledge is shared by using Web 2.0 technology. How does it happen? Tagging of information is commonly used on file storing and file sharing site. Once file has been tagged, the tag allows to be found again. It means you know that in the Facebook also, if you tag somebody, that will be posted in their profile. So the same mechanism in other websites also, if the information is tagged to review by somebody others, that also will be appeared on their profile. Search engine optimization is therefore increasing important for businesses. So when you tag the information, so when you search in the search engine, when you search in the website, so in the search engine, that gives some information which is relevant to the to some pages in some other website. It means let us say there is a marketing page in some organization. So that has some information that is tagged. So when you search in the web search engine, it automatically search and provide the samples. Sample means the search result. And mashup. What is this? Mashup is a web application that combines data from more than one source into a single web page. Restaurant review website take the location details of all the location of restaurant. So when you click on that, you can go to booking.com site and view the page. So in the board that I will show you how it happened. So in the web page, let's say this is the web page. So in the search item, you are searching hotels in gold. So there are list of hotels will be given, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And also they provide the map. In each there, the location can be verified. This also has the map. This also has the map. So map is there, right? Let's say there are 5, 6 6 list is there. So, this is the booking.com, that we use for searching hotels. Then it give a map. When you go inside this map, you click on that, then it gives a Sri Lanka map, right. In the map, in gold, its location is given like this, and the closest locations will be provided. And also that can give the prices of the rooms, 5,000, 6,000 and 7,000, 2,000 likewise. So, this is your main locations, this is what you search there, and other location also will be viewable in this one. So, that is called mashup. So, that is integrated. It means combine data from more than one source of into a single web page. For the single web page, there are so many sources, source information are fetched and displayed here. So, that is called mashup. Okay. Promoting collective intelligence. The online auction site eBay use collective intelligence to let potential buyers see how efficient and trustworthy vendors are. Amazon include as an example, the Amazon includes a product review, allowing people who have purchased an item to comment on the item and rate its performance. So, once the item is purchased, the user can comment on the item and performance can be rated accordingly. Say let us say bad rating and how the rating are, the percentage of rating that can be published. So, in the eBay, it is a collective intelligence. So, collectively the information are stored. So, in that way the customer who log into the eBay then see the trustworthiness of the vendors. So, whether they are good or bad, it means some person log into the site and say the product that I purchased is not working. So, they are giving the negative response. Then some others say it is absolutely good products, what I have received is, so I am happy about that. Then it is a positive one. Then positive and negative feedback will be collected, and that collected information will be freely available for others to view. So, that is the collective intelligence, that is promoting collective intelligence. User generated content. What is user generated content? User is generating the content. Website can now have section of content created by their readers. Users can generate the content of site themselves. They can have their own. And the technologies allow users to create, capture and share information across the ways. As an example, in the YouTube, you can create your YouTube channel. So, they can generate the content and upload it, and they can do their own. Consumer generated content. Website can now contain shared feedback from consumers, comment about the product. So, the comment about the products and the bad comment, positive comment, that also can be shared in this Web 2.0 technology. So, website has collected those feedback. So customer loyalty cycle. So these are the normal that I will explain somehow. The customer loyalty. Everything happened based on the customer loyalty. So how the customer is loyal to the company. So this is a main requirement in every e-businesses, because not only e-business in the manual processes, so the loyal customers are the assets of the organization. How they become more loyal? So there are the classic journey and accelerated loyalty journey. So we will talk about this here. So customer is starting from here. They consider about the product. Then they evaluate in so many ways that they are evaluating the product. And they refer to the other website and see the price comparison, and also see the quality of the good, read the content and the other content of the other sites also. So they evaluate the product and then they buy it. Then they experience it, they use it. Then once they are using, they get that understand, oh okay, this is a very good product, so I would like to buy it again. So advocate that also. Then consider what to do. So he doesn't want to redo it, reevaluate, he will want to do it, he will want to purchase it. It means he is on agreement to purchase it. This cycle will be going like this, right? It's a normal cycle. It's a classic journey. So what is this journey? Accelerated loyalty journey. This is more powerful than this. So start here, consider, evaluate, then they buy. Then they experience the product, then advocate it, then bond. Then they bond to do it. Then this cycle will be circulating. Sometimes this cycle will be circulating for about 6 months. So after 6 months of use, every month that the customer is taking this product, buying this product. After 7th months, he bought it, but he thought that this taste is not good enough for my likeness. So he think that I should test another one, or else because of any damage of the product, or any if they see any negative things in the product, what they see is okay, they decide okay, this time I need to shift to another product. Then what they do is they go with this one, consider, evaluate and select another product. Or else they will evaluate and see, we compare the previous product with the other product and see okay, this product that I was using is very good, so I will use to continue that, then it continue. So this is the loyalty cycle. Customer decision making. When customers decision making is the most important thing in e-business, because customer decision, based on the decisions, everything that happen in the organization. If there is no any, if the customer decide to leave from the company to other, then what will happen is the customer base will be reduced. So customer behavior reflects in many different ways. So the totally of decision, whether what should we buy, why should I buy, how, of, when, where, how much should buy, how often, how long, those are some of the decisions. These are simple examples that you can read and understand also, but I will be reading this. About the consumption, acquisition, how much acquisition, usage, deposition, offering products, services, activities, experience, people, ideas. By decision making unit, information gather, influencer, decider, purchaser, user, over time, hours, days, weeks, months, years. So depending on all of these elements, they will decide. So according to these ones, the marketing department will plan their marketing strategies, develop their marketing strategies to cater for the behavior of consumer. behavior differences compared with e-business and traditional market. Behavioral differences compared to e-business and traditional market. So, place where type of behavior we will understand this. Place where decision is made. Where the decision is made? Where is it? In e-business, decision is made in seller's website. Traditional market is in the premise or over the phone that will be decided. So, decision is made in the seller's website in the e-business. How the product is used? How do they use? Can be in electronic forms. So, use on a computer, laptop or smartphone. So, in a laptop, using a laptop or smartphone or whatever the electronic devices, they will be using that and use the product. Product will be in a solid form, so must be used physically. So, it has to be used physically in traditional market. The nature of the products, see digital, this is physical. The party making the decision, final user is taking the decision. So, in traditional market, the purchasing the product for someone else to use. So, decision is based on the other person. But in this e-business, the final user will be decided the things. Time scale that decision is made, immediate terms, minute or hour, within the minutes the decision can be taken. Sometimes this can be taken long time in the traditional market. So, those are those simple example which given here. So, against the type of behavior. So, we completed chapter 7. So, we are going with chapter 8 now, e-business application. Application in e-business. So, different component of the e-business infrastructure related to each other. So, what are the component of e-business infrastructure? E-business architectures are here, infrastructure and players, right. So, e-business services application layer, e-commerce software system. So, this is the application layer where the software systems are there, customer relationship management, performance management software, enhancement software, supply chain management, data mining and content management system. So, who are the players? Microsoft, Broadvision, PeopleSoft, Cyber. So, system software layers, web browser, operating system, servers, software and standard, network software, database management system, encryption software. Microsoft Run, Linux, those are the system softwares. You know about this Microsoft Windows, Linux, those are the things. Transport layer, network layer, web servers can be there, physical network, routers and transport standard. The IBM, Dell and Sun, those are the example of that. Storage layer. So, permanent magnetic storage on web servers, optical backup, temporary storage can be there in RAMs. Content and data layers, web content of internet, intranet, extranet sites, customer data, transaction of data, payment system, streaming media solution, hosting services. So, such as Microsoft, PayPal, IBM, Apple, so those are the players of that. So, you can understand in the board. I'll do it in the board, then you can understand well. So, there can be CRM, customer relationship management software, performance management, and supply chain management. So there can be so many softwares inbuilt, right? So this is the application layer. What is this? Application layer. Then you have the what you call system software layer. In that you will be having operating system. So let's say that can be web browser. So operating system. Then that goes to server. So web server, right? That's another layer. So this is connected like this. And then we go to other one, storage. So we went with the server one. So storage. Transport layer. In the storage one, using the backup, that storage will be in this kind of databases. So in magnetic tapes, and there are so many network drives. Network drives are there. Then this is the storage, right? And there is another content and data layer. So here we have customer data. Here we have called what? Data. So this data, so we have application layer, system software layer, transport layer, storage layer, content data layer. So these are the data. These data will be stored in this databases. There are databases. This will be storing. It means backup. Backup in the storage layer. This is how the e-business infrastructure is working. So from the simple diagram, you can see application layers are the things that the softwares, customer relationship management, customer. There are e-procurement management. Can be HRM. There can be so many softwares. In the system software, this is the operating system. Like in your personal computer, you have an operating system. In your personal computer, you may have a Word document software, Excel software. So these can be taken as those examples, right? So in the operating system, Windows 10, Microsoft Windows 10, Linux, so there can be so many things like that. And also there is a web server. There is a server that connects this all this information are stored in the server that give the connectivity to the computer. So this server mechanism is there. That's the transport layer, which transport the information from this end to this one. So in here, this is from this he transport from here, the data is transposed to this one, and this is stored here. And this is the one, use as the data storage, the optical tapes and also hard drives and network storage devices, and this is the content, is the database, the customer data, that hosting services, transaction data, payment system, all the data in the systems are stored in the database like that. So this is a simple diagram that you can understand this. I think that by understanding about this type of layers must be sufficient for you, but it's better you to understand about the other details as well. So you know that what the relationship they have in each other. The effect of technology. The technology used in e-business that can affect to many different ways in to many different activities in the organization. So procurement. In procurement, how it affects? The acquisition of goods and or services at the best possible total cost of ownership. Total cost of ownership. I think we are going to talk about that in the next slide. In the right quantity, right quality, right time. So in procurement, it has to be concerned on the right quantity. The right quantity has to be procured and it should be in the right quality, the quality that we require, and also at the right time, and also in the right place, from the right source. Right place is where the places, and also from the right sources. It means the sources that you are purchasing the goods, the also or else materials, that should be from the right source, right places, right supplier. So all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things has to be concerned. So about the total cost of ownership, we will talk in the next slide. So the effect of technology. Automation can be used to control and monitor the production and delivery of goods. Example, robot can take the place of human in respective tasks. Sometimes that the car industry has benefited from many years. E-procurement also allows for seamless interaction with the vendors, ensure the procure to pay. Business functions are fully visible. In the robot can take place of human in respective tasks. In the automation, the task that the person is doing in the let's say in the manufacturing environment, the car should be manufactured by the people, the workers. But when the workers are doing those things in manually, sometimes they tend to do some mistake. So automation can be implemented through robots. The robot can install the car. They can assemble the car. So those kind of things are automated now. So that is called effect of technology for automation in the industry. Human resource management. In the human resource management and the technology. What technology is affected in the human resource management? You know what is human resource management is. The creation, development and maintenance of an effective workforce matching the requirement of the business and responding to the environment. The effect of technology. Intelligence system, artificial intelligence are beginning to be used in human resource. So as an example, have you seen the screening of job applicant? Especially this is used in foreign recruitment website. In the foreign recruitment website, when you have to develop your CV according to their standard requirement. Then what you are doing is you are applying for your job, which is published in the web. So you are applying for the job, then they will be taken your summary sheet of information which you are fed to the system, and also your CV. Then what they does is they screen the CV and select the most suitable persons to be interviewed. Let us say from 1000 of applicants, they are selecting about 10 number of applicants. So this is happen most of the time when then there are more applicants applying for the jobs. Normally it happens in foreign countries because all the other people are applying for foreign jobs. So they don't have human resources. What they do is they advertise in those website. Then 1000, sometimes 10,000, 20,000 application can come. Then if they manually evaluate those applications, what will happen? They will take much more time. So in order to reduce that, this mechanism is used, this technology is used. Total cost of ownership. What is this total cost of ownership? Okay. Total cost of ownership TCO is a financial estimate intended to help buyers and owners determine the direct and indirect costs of a product or system. So there can be direct cost and also indirect cost. Therefore, it's a management accounting concept that can be used in full cost accounting. When costing the item, let us say as an example, you are going to buy a computer, right? So you want to buy one computer. So you are costing that computer cost is 100,000. Let us say it is 100,000. Then you are budgeting 100,000 only. Is that the only cost incurred? Can you imagine? So you want to buy a computer for your office. So you are buying one computer that costs it 100,000. Someone can say, oh yes, 100,000 is the cost. No, that is not the total cost. That is the cost for one item only. So when you buy that PC, you must need the furniture. You must need the table. The table cost it how much? 10,000. Now the total cost increase up to 110. Then you need a chair. The chair cost, that is 5,000. Then the total cost is 115,000. Then other than that, network has to be there, that all the other supportive things has to be there. Then that will cost around 5,000. Then the total cost is 120,000. Then then we have purchased this computer and also other items. Now we are ready. So there is one party missing. Who is that? The employee. Do we have a correct person to employ for this work? If you do not have, what you have to do is you have to recruit a new person. Then there is a recruitment cost. You have to advertise and there is a paper cost. It goes. Then you have to advertise this, then takes a new person, then you have to pay salaries for that person. Then the recruitment cost is, let us say 5,000, then altogether total cost is become 125,000. So you have to pay around 50,000 for the employee. So total cost will be 175,000. So, from that example that I said you that it is clear, I think, about what is the total cost is. Technology application in supply chain management. We are going into supply chain management, e-procurement system, supply chain information system. So, what is supply chain? Supply chain is the network of organization involved in the different processes and activities that transform raw material into finished good and services. So, there are so many supply chain activities involved in production process. Let us talk about that raw material first. The raw material is the one that available in the factory. Using those raw materials, they are developing some goods. So, raw materials, they are taken through the supplier. Then in the manufacturing process, they manufacture it, right. Then once the goods are manufactured, in this cycle, the goods are manufactured, the products are manufactured. Then you have to deliver it. So, distribution channel is there. Then through the distribution channel, you deliver it to the retailer. Then retailer will store the goods. There can be so many goods inside their stores. So, they store the goods and they are selling it to the consumer. Once the consumer is used, there can be so many consumers, let us say 1000 or 10,000 no, then demand goes up. Then in this cycle, time to time the demand goes up. Then the quantity, raw material quantity will increase, and also other manufacturing costs will be increased, distribution costs will increase, retailer stores has to be expanded, and because there are so many consumers. So, that is how the demand is going in a circle way. Element of supply chain management. Supply chain management has some element. What are those? There are 4 parts. It is relationship with its supplier. What is that? Relationship. You know that every organization is having a relationship with their suppliers. And interface with suppliers. So, they have the interface with the supplier, that the supplier has to provide some raw material. Inward logistic and store management. So, in here the interface is with the supplier. So, inward logistic. So, materials come into the organization. So, that is inward logistic, and store should be there, store management should be there. Then is related with customers and interface with customers, and with the customer the organization will have the relationship, and there is an interface, that is warehouse management and outward logistic. So, inward logistic, outward logistic. So, please remember these words, inward logistic and outward. Inward means the logistics come inside the organization, which come inside into the organization. Outward logistics is going out from the organization. So, these are the 2 categories. So, you can identify there are relations, each one has a relations, interface also there. This is the supplier one, this is the customer one, supplier, customer. Upstream activities and downstream activities. What are these upstream activities? Supply chain means the activities of organization earlier in the supply chain. A company's suppliers are upstream in the supply chain. Downstream, activities that occur later in the supply chain. Early in the supply chain, later in the supply chain. In the upstream activities, it happens earlier in the supply chain. There are some activities, right? In the upstream and downstream, there are some activities in the supply chain. So, in the upstream activities is the earlier in the supply chain. Downstream, later in the supply chain. Ending with the sales of good to the end customer, a company customers are downstream in the supply chain. In this picture, it is explained clearly about upstream and downstream. In the upstream, raw material which is in the manufacturing environment, right? Then with the supplier, the raw material is there, right? Then manufacture. This is the key point. That is manufacture. Raw materials comes through the suppliers, then manufacture. Then it will be distributed. This is the downstream to the customer. Upstream, downstream. Upstream in the inward logistic, this is the outward logistic. Inward logistic are the things that happen within the organization. In here, from raw materials purchased from the supplier which come to the organization, thereafter those raw material will be used for different processes in the manufacturing process, then it is manufactured. So, there is a inward logistic in this upstream process. It is earlier in the supply chain, right? And then those manufactured goods has to be distributed through the proper distribution channel. Then once it is distributed to the retailer or somebody, they will be selling this. Then the consumer will buy it. So, logistic, the different activities in logistic involved in this area, this line is called downstream. So, what are the activities? That manufacturing people has to send some goods to the retailer through the lorry or container from whatever the mechanism, they send those goods. So, we have to send the good at the right time once they have requested. So, from the retailer, they have to sell the goods before the expiry days. So, at the time that the requested by the consumer, those goods has to be transported. In the raw material also, we have to order the raw materials, we have to maintain break-even point where the raw material come into break-even point. So, we have to order the raw materials. So, those and also engage with the suppliers and process of manufacturing the goods. So, there are so many activities included. Creating value in the supply chain. How to create the value in the supply chain? Value can be created by cutting cost, persuading customer to pay a higher price for products, persuading customers. Cutting costs is cost cutting. So, different activities which we do not require can be eliminated and reduce the cost. Persuading customer to pay. We ask customer to pay higher prices because of the quality of the good. So, selling more products, can sell more products. Selling a more flexible mix of products. So, the organization can have mix of products. The customers can select any of the product of them and purchase all the products of them. How to achieve the value? So, how do we achieve the value? That value you create with in the consumer's mind is the value gained by the company. So, it is an asset actually. How to achieve that? Responsiveness. What is this responsiveness? You must be responsive ability of a company to supply their customer quickly. When the customer is asking, ordering a good, let's say he order some goods, right? So he ordered a pizza today at about 7. So he need to eat that one, but they got late and it came at about 10 o'clock at night. So it is useless now. So the product has to be delivered quickly, must be responsible. And also in the website, in e-business, some the customers will reply comments like, I need some details of this product. Then we have to be responsive. If we are not responding to the comment of the customers, what will happen is they will be losing. They will go with other product. Reliability. Deliveries through the supply chain must be reliable in terms of timeliness, quality and quality. The reliable supply chain should be there, and timeliness, quality product should be there, and quantity. Sometimes some quantity cannot be transported within a certain time period because of the quantity. Let's say if it is a one product, one parcel, that can be sent through air freight, so through the plane, so we can send it air courier. But if there are large quantity which has to be put into the container, so through the ship that we transport, there should be reliability. Relationship, the need for responsiveness and reliability means that the company can establish strong relationship. Relationship is a trust, so are building the trust, the relationship building with the customers. So you have built up, you so that how do we define a very good loyalty customer? There is a cycle I explained in the earlier slide also. So you are building the relationship with the customer. So that relationship is the trust. So you are building the trust among the customers. So then that relationship has to be there. So that has a very good value in the supply chain. Let's say in a case that your goods cannot be delivered to the supplier, the person who required, then you are dealing very good with this person. You are sending goods every month, so they are happy with you. You have built up a very good relationship, but suddenly you are unable to deliver the goods in correct time, the right time. So what will happen is, if you have a very good relation with that the buyer, they will ignore that. They will say it's okay, we will wait another day to receive the goods. So that relationship has to be built up. Management of efficiency in logistic operations. Management can also create value by improving the efficiency of stores and warehouse operations. So this is a special thing that you must have very good stores. You must have very good warehouse operations. So you have to store data, store goods. So without having very good store, that cannot be the logistic operation cannot be managed efficiently. What is IT application used to improve supply chains? So in the supply chain, there are so many supply chain activities that is supported by IT application. Internet, intranet, electronic data interchange, I will explain this in some chapter. Radio frequency identification, RFID. So what is the internet? You know what the internet is, no? Okay. Online purchasing to customers. Online purchasing enables the buyers to locate the item. Through the internet, they can locate where the item is. There are several suppliers for identical items, obtain the best price. Best price should be obtained. So, through the interest we can do these things. Intranet, improve internal transaction process. Example, internal orders can be placed. External suppliers can allow to access the intranet, can place orders with supplier. Normally intranet is within the organization, but that initially that orders will be placed in the within the organization, then that will be open for suppliers through the intranet. There will be application, there will be one page that will be open for the suppliers. They will supply the order of the good. So, in the intranet is used for that purpose. So, those are the IT applications. What is EDI? Electronic data interchange. Data interchange electronically is the electronic interchange of business information using a standardized format, a process which allows one company to send information to another company electronically. When they want to send some information from one company to another company, they use EDI method. So, electronically they are sending things. So, electronically rather than with paper, they are doing this. EDI involves two separate computer systems and enables those systems to communicate with each other and transfer documents to each other, such purchase order. EDI messaging can also be used to track the progress of the orders. So, I have given some very good example here. So, we will refer to those one. This is how the EDI is working in manual form. The buyer generates the purchase order, that the purchase order is there, and they are faxing the purchase order to the people. So, supplier enters order information into their system, internal system, print an invoice. That invoice is the electronic invoice that is faxed there. So, buyers take those data and enter their internal system. So, EDI process look like no paper, no people involved. Purchase order, then invoice come. So, it happens in electronic form by using softwares. So, we will report one video, then it is I show you one video, one. This is a normal EDI, the manually used document. You know that in the examination environment also this kind of things are using. Electronically data can be captured. Once you tick these answers, that can be captured electronically by the systems. Right. The small video that
what is EDI and how can it benefit my organization? In simple terms, EDI, or Electronic Data Interchange, allows your company's computer systems to talk to your trading partners' systems and exchange business information electronically. EDI is routinely used by organizations for electronically exchanging business documents, such as purchase orders, invoices, and shipping information, and can be seamlessly integrated with leading ERP and accounting systems, enabling the process to be automated. Implementing EDI enables the business processes associated with the exchange of business information to be digitized and automated, thereby removing manual, paper-based processes and reducing expenses in areas including stationery, forms and paper, printers and ink, document storage, lost documents and postage. One of the most notable advantages of using EDI to automate the exchange of documents from a supplier's perspective is that it can halve the number of man-hours in the order-to-invoice process, reducing lead times and speeding up payments. The efficiency and accuracy of order processing is also improved, allowing staff to focus on more value-added tasks. Being EDI compliant also makes your business more attractive to potential customers that insist on suppliers trading via EDI, providing you with a competitive advantage over those suppliers that are not EDI enabled. EDI also assists in improved forecasting and planning, as your company receives early notifications of likely orders, so you can adjust your product and stock levels accordingly, thereby increasing customer service levels. The True Commerce EDI Managed Service delivers everything your business needs for EDI compliance. Our leading EDI platform connects seamlessly with the leading ERP and accounting systems and provides you with everything you need to comply with your customers' EDI requirements. With the True Commerce solution, organizations of any size can easily connect with any trading partner while enjoying the peace of mind of a proven platform that reliably handles tens of millions of transactions annually without the need of any client interaction. To talk to us about outsourcing,
okay, that I think that you got a very good idea about what is EDI is. In these YouTube videos that I have given the link, so it shows you in the in this video it shows you in the factory environment how the EDI is used. So please refer to those videos. It will give a very good understand about the EDI. RFID. What is this RFID? Radio frequency identification. So RFID the uses electromagnetic field automatically identify and track tags attached to objects. So the using this RFID as an example, RFID mobility gate for controlling and tracking vehicles. It has a magnetic field. Through that, it identifies the items. That this video, when you see this video, it gives a very good example about how the RFID is used in the environment, in the industry. So by looking at the video only, you can identify that. So I will explain in detail in theory way. So an RFID system consists of three elements: RFID tag, RFID reader device, backend IT system. So an RFID tag, this is a electronic tag placed on the object. So in each of the every object, let's say in a supermarket, using this RFID they can tag. So you will asking that you will be asking that why can't we use barcode? Yes, we can use the barcode and scan it. That's a good thing. But using this RFID tags, it is easy to locate the items. In one time, so many items can be located, can be identified. Where are those items? So the reader is the device that send the radio frequency. That device send the radio frequency to identify the tags, which is tagged into some goods. And there is a backend IT system that will interpret translate the things and then which shows in the computer screen. So what are the advantages? No line of sight required between code and the reader. So in a barcode, So, this is the advantage over the barcode, right. In the barcode, what you have to do is you are reading it, right. So, you are reading, you are scanning through the barcode reader, but in the RFID you do not need to place the reader into the RFID tag. It can be identified through the radio frequency. Individual item can be identified. So, individual item can be identified instead of a class of item. In other words, RFID tag can be given to specific individual products. Multiple item can be read with a single scan. Active tag can be read from the great distance. Passive tag have a virtually unlimited lifetime. So, in the board I will explain about the RFID. So, RFID radio frequency identification, right. So, you know that in the supermarket, normally in our supermarket in Sri Lanka, this is not heavily used. So, this is the parcel, right. In this parcel, this RFID tag can be there, right. So, there can be so many goods. Right. These can be read by a, so this is a reader. This reader give a radio frequency signal, right. So, in a normal barcode reader, it has the details. So, you have to place, this is the barcode reader. So, this is the barcode reader. So, you have to place the barcode reader to this barcode. This is the barcode, right. So, then the details can be fetched, can be taken. But in the RFID, that give the radio signal and then identify all of these item at once. Let us say there is a so many goods in one box, right. Through the RFID reader, it gives a radio signal and it identifies all of these items at once. So, this is more advanced than barcode. So, this one is used most of the times in car park. So, I have not seen in Sri Lanka anywhere. So, using the RFID tags, they allow the cars to go out, and when they come out, they have to pay some money. So, when they go inside, through the RFID mechanism, they identify the car is parked. Then car is going out, they identify, let us say it is like this, car is parked here, right. They identify car is parked. When it is going, it is empty, they identify that that location is empty. Then in total in the screen they can identify in this parking slot 1, parking slot 2, there are empty places, empty how many? 10, occupied 20. So likewise those details can be fetched. So all these things are handled by using this RFID. And also in addition to that, I have seen that some of the organization, in my organization also, we have used RFID tags to enter into the office. It means there are so many rooms are available in the office, boardroom, and also let us say it is an institute, actually. So inside the institute there are classrooms and also other rooms are there. So for the access is limited to people. So everybody is having a RFID card. It's a tag which has your photo and also a magnetic field inside the card. So when they place the card, then it automatically identify who you are, and if you are allowed to access, then the door can be opened. So such kind of things are handled by this RFID mechanism. Okay. So I prefer if you can look into this video, that give a very good understanding about how the RFIDs are using. So in e-procurement is a general terms of the purchase of supply and services through the internet and the other information and networking system. Electronic data intelligence, EDI. It is typically operated through a secure website where orders are placed electronically. So e-procurement website that procure goods electronically. Any e-procurement website, I think that we talk about much about this e-procurement in the previous slide also, right? So I am not going into detail about this. So an e-procurement website allows authorized and registered user to log in using the password. So they give the password to log into the website. The supplier set up the website so that it recognizes the purchaser once they are logged in and provide their price quotation for the listed of item. Let us say as an example, in the car selling website procurement, so you are logged into the website, so using your password, then you provide the pricing for that. So that is how you purchase through the website. Complete purchasing mix of the five right of purchasing. What is this 5 right of purchasing? That is right time. At the right time, the procurement has to be done, good has to be purchased, it has to be in the right quantity, at the right quality. Not only the quantity, the quality should be there, and also right price, and also right vendor. So these are the purchasing mix, 5 right of purchasing. So in the question paper, sometimes they tend to ask this kind of a question. Let us say in the purchasing mix, what are the 5 right of purchasing? Then those are the things that you have to remember. Benefit of e-procurement, cost reduction. Because of e-procurement, cost can be reduced. High efficiency, because of high efficiency. Reduce inventory levels. As we said, at the right time we can order goods. Easy steps are there. So we don't need to keep much more inventories, and the risk of keeping inventory is very high, and also we can reduce the inventory. We can keep the minimum inventory requirement. Control financial transparency, ability to control inventories, transparency the prices. So wide choice of suppliers. There are so many suppliers anywhere in the world. Quick ordering, order can be placed very quickly. E-purchasing allows organizers to select standard item from electronic catalogs. They will be given some catalogs. So using the catalogs, you can order the goods. Then once it is ordered, that automatically send electronic purchase order to the supplier via an intranet, extranet. So then you have to pay and get the product. Intangible benefit, staff are free. So no need staff. So only one person will be enough. Benefits to supplier. E-purchasing allows organization to select standard item from electronic catalogs and then automatically send electronic purchase orders to supplier via extranet. Same benefit are there. Benefit to supplier. There are so many benefits to supplier. Technology application in HRM. Human resource management. I think that you are well aware of these things about the functionalities of the human resource management. So I will brief it. Then it is easy for me to explain about the other side as well. So HR management, payroll management is there. So it will be handled through the systems. So recruitment management, and also screening of job applicants, everything will be done here. So training management, is there. Insure management, performance management, organization change management, policies, forms and publishing, organization survey management, employee suggestion management, newsletters, opinion, posts and event, employee manager self-services. So these are the things that under the HRM, these are the functionalities of the HRM system. ESS and MSS. Employee self-service, what is this? And manager self-services. Employees and managers can now enjoy autonomy without having to rely on the business user to maintain their data or provide reporting capabilities. Right? Individuals can now utilize the employees self-service, manager self-service. So there are self-service activities. So everything is self-service to manage their data and enjoy clear transparency with regard to the information held and maintained by the organization. So this employee self-service is, most of the things are customized into the employee's ability to use. It means employer can use the system, can use the self-service activities, and manager self-service, he also can do the same. Analytics in HRM, descriptive and predictive analysis of employee performance utilizing past data from across the organization. Those are the analysis that you can do. Time management analysis to predict future events. So there's a time management activity can be there, the application which is inbuilt inside the HRM system, and in relation sickness, holidays, those every information will be captured, the attendance will be captured, the summarized information will be given to the management of the attendance information, and also time of arrival, the average of time of arrival of all the employees, and who are leaving from the organization, who have got late to come to the organization, and data mining techniques and big data analysis to perform recruitment. So using big data, data mining techniques, so we evaluate the applications which have submitted through the e-recruitment system. So then those application can be screened automatically. So automation algorithm and matching platform algorithm has successfully matched the candidates to the role. So especially there are so many algorithms. This shows about automations. It means there are some algorithm, there are some programming techniques which is written inside the system, and what it does is when they want to select the best candidate, they run that application, then screening those application, let's say about 1,000 or 10,000 application. Within the 10,000 application, they screen all the application details and match with the requirement. Technology application in operation management. Lean manufacturing. So lean manufacturing is a approach to manufacturing that seeks to eliminate all activities that do not add value. In lean manufacturing process, that eliminate. What does it eliminate? It eliminate all the activities that do not add value. If there is an activity which is not giving a value to the organization in the process of manufacturing, that is to be eliminated. It is waste and holding inventory. So those are the things considered as waste. So if there is an activity that does not give value addition, it is a waste. Right? Increase value, minimize the amount of resources including time used in manufacturing operation and non-value adding activities, eliminate waste and to improve product flow and quality. I expect that you will refer to this video. I am not going to run this video. Inside that they have mentioned how in the operation platform how they have aligned everything in a lean mechanism. Let's say in the lean idea, so I can explain you like this. Let's say that in a manufacturing process, if you after working from 8:30 to 12, you should have lunch. So then you have to go to the lunch area. Let's say in a factory environment, from this end to this end, let's say about 1 kilometer or 500 meters. Then you have to walk there. It takes about 10 minutes. Then also coming here, it takes about 10 minutes. So there is a time involved, right? So in the board I will show it to you. In the lean manufacturing in a factory, all the processes has to be, most of the processes are, the key thing is automated and it is very tidy, it means clean. You can take one equipment within a minute time, not even a minute, within a second time you can take. And also rules and regulations. So let us say in the factory you are here, right? After 12 o'clock noon, you want to go for lunch, right? You have to go to lunch area. So, these are the people are there. Then when you go to this place, it takes 10 minutes, right? When you come here, it also takes 10 minutes, right? So, for you to go there and come back, it takes about 20 minutes. What is this? This is a waste. So, if we eliminate this one, how do you go there? So, we use a small, let us say small bike or something which has, and from this one you are going there. It takes 2 minutes. Come back, it takes 2 minutes, right? Then you are wasting only 4 minutes here. Here 20 minutes. Saving is 16, right? Likewise, in the lean manufacturing company, everything has to be in line and waste has to be minimized. So, if you calculate the waste of this 20 minutes by into, let us say there are 1000 people, how many minutes? 1000 into 10, calculate and see. So, it is a waste. And likewise, let us say here only 20 people can, 16 people can occupy. Let us say that it can occupy 30 people. So, you are going there, this is occupied, you cannot have your lunch. So, if there is a mechanism which gives empty places, 10 is available, occupy how many? 20. Say you know that there are empty places, then you can go. You do not want to waste and waste time. So, all the waste has to be eliminated. In the material also, we have to procure the very good materials. Let us say materials. So, those material has to be procured well and in good quality from the right vendor, and that has to be received on time, right? And also there is no much inventory. If there is a more inventory, then there is a holding cost. Inventory cost, right? So, all this waste has to be eliminated. And also let us say in this factory you are making some cars. So, there are different tools, right? There is a wrench and different tools. So, you have a place where you keep the tools, and also there are different tools, right? So, you know where do you keep the tools, and all the other things, let us say going in the manufacturing environment, this is the line you can walk, right? This is the line that the other vehicles can go. So, likewise you have to manage in the manufacturing environment. Why do they do like that? It is to minimize the waste. In the lean manufacturing, that eliminates all activities that do not add value. So, those activities which are not giving the value addition, they are eliminating. So, this is a simple techniques. So, there are so many things available in this lean manufacturing environment. So, if you can refer to the video that I have given, you can understand about what is the process behind the manufacturing environment. And if you type in YouTube about lean manufacturing in the factory environment, there are so many videos. By looking at that, you can get a very good understanding about that. Principle of lean manufacturing, specific value. What create value from the customer's perspective? Right, there is a specific value and also value stream. These are the activities, the production process that create the value that customer want. So, customer requirement are there. He requires very good product. The customer specification is there. So, those activities has to be aligned smoothly in the lean manufacturing environment in order to develop the quality product which provide and satisfy the customer's requirement. Flow, make the production flow in the response to demand without interruption such as breakdown or defective output, that as I showed in the board. So, the production line, production process flow, those has to be aligned smoothly and without giving any waste. So, pull, let the customer pull value from the producer. The customer is asked to get the fullest value from the producer. Perfection, zero defect, that has no any defect. Removing waste by removing delays and discontinuities in the supply chain and manufacturing environment. In the manufacturing environment, there can be so many defects which can happen, but that has to be eliminated. Once it is eliminated, we should avoid such defects to be happen again. If it is happening again and again, that is not a lean manufacturing environment. So, there should be a perfection. So, these are the principles that you can identify and understand. TQM, total quality management. Quality. TQM is a business philosophy that emphasizes the importance of satisfying customer need. So, customer need has to be satisfied. The TQM is like a philosophy, the business philosophy that provides the importance of the satisfying need. TQM utilize management techniques such as continuous improvement, employee empowerment, quality process. So, in here you can see commitment, culture, continuous improvement, cooperation, customer focus, control. There should be a very good commitment for your work doing in the organization, and the culture is there. You have to adapt to the culture, you have to support the culture, you have to deal with the culture. And continuous improvement, the improvements are continuous. You cannot do the same mistake again. The improvement should be continuous, should not be backward. Cooperation, cooperation in the organization, cooperate with each other. Customer focus, you have to focus on the customer's requirement, specification, what they are like and dislike. So, controls, there can be so many controls over the production and also the handlings, administration. So, this is the total quality management, TQM 6 C's. Sometime in the question paper, if they ask These things you have to remember those things, right? There are some says from means some people, the prominent people have given some ideas. So those are taken in from some books, right? So here Joseph Durans, Phillips Cobby, W. Edwards Deming. So they have given some ideas that you can refer to this. Demise minds ideas. A business should continually seek to improve its product and services. There is a continuous improvement. That's what it says. Eliminates all waste. Where all waste has to be eliminated. Eliminate defective production. If the defective products are there, that must be eliminated. Do not rely on inspection procedure to achieve quality. Inspection uses up resources without creating value. He says that do not rely on inspection procedures. When selecting suppliers, price should not be the only considered. Without only the considering the price, quality has to be there. Quality and reliability, because as you have seen that as accountant, this is a good thing that you have to remember. When selecting suppliers, most of the times in accountancy, they select the less price quotations who has bid in lesser prices. So that should not be the way. It should be with the good quality, right? So please remember these things. Quality and reliability of supply are also important. Quality and reliability, that should be in good quality and also reliable too. And improve production system, this reduce waste. That's what Edwards had said, and Philip B. Cosby, the two concepts he has introduced. Zero defects, get it right the first time. Zero defects, eliminate all defects and achieve 100% quality. We must achieve 100% quality. Get it right the first time. In the first time, we should get it right. We should do the correct thing. Correctly, we have to produce it at the first time. Each worker should take full responsibility for their work. Quality is everybody's responsibility. If the quality fails, that the one person will not be responsible. It's a responsibility of all. Therefore, quality is the main idea that he has given. Joseph Durans. The best approach to enhancing quality is to identify specific opportunities. Evaluate their viability by using conventional methods such as return on investment (ROI). Plan the selected project carefully, monitor the result. Results has to be monitored. He is saying that results has to be monitored. So need to identify specific opportunities available and evaluate whether it is feasible, viable or not. Duran defined qualities as fitness of use, which includes two elements. What are those? Quality of design, which can include the customer satisfaction built into the product. If the satisfaction of the customer is available in the product, that is the quality of design. That is design in a quality way. Quality of conformance, in other words, a lack of defect in the finished good. There should not be any defect in the finished good. So, Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese term. It means about continuous improvement. So, there should not be any backward integration. So, everything should be continuous. The improvement has to be continuous. Kaysen views workers as the source of solution. The workers who work in the organization are the source of solutions, and it empowers workers to find solutions to enable the continuous improvement. It means within the organization, the solutions are finding by the workers who work in the organization. Then in the let's say in the factory, the workers, they find the solution for the problem, and they explain that solution to the managers, they accept it and implement it. So the workers are empowered. It means the authorities has given for them to find the solution. The solution that has found by the workers will be implemented by the management through the workers, and that ultimately give a continuous improvement. There are two basic approaches to improving quality. What are those two basic? One approach is to make major changes to the production process and replace the existing process with a different and better system. The second one is to look continuously for small way in which processes and method can be improved and implemented them. For time continuous streamline. Small improvement will add up to the major improvement in quality. In this first method, first approach, let's talk about completely replacing the existing process. Let's say in the production process has certain number of activities involved, and that process activities let's say has to be fully changed. Then what the management does is, they will define the new activity, new processes, implement new processes, and install new computers, new technological equipment, and they are going to define a very good sophisticated system, and they are going to install it at once. They are going to replace the old one and install the new one. So in this idea, in this approach, it means in such a way. So in second approach, not like in the first approach. So in the first approach, completely replacing, but in the second approach, small improvement will be add up to make a major improvement in quality. So day by day, small improvement will be added. So the fault that they are doing by the workers, that will be eliminated, and solution will be found by the workers, and those solution will be implemented, and also workers will involve and propose so many solutions for improvement. Those will be added one by one, and then improve the quality continuously. So that is said by in this second approach. Business process re-engineering. What is this re-engineering? The re-engineering is the act of recreating a core business process with a group of improving product output, quality, or reduce cost. Typically, it involves the analysis of company workflow. The company workflow, the working processes will be analysis. Finding processes that are subpar of inefficiency. There can be some processes which are inefficient, and figuring out way to get rid of or change the inefficient activities and processes. So in the business re-engineering, normally there are so many companies doing this in Sri Lanka as consultancy basis. What they do is, they study the whole process of the organization, and they see what are the improvement can be made in the organization, and the business process that is embedded in the organization and which is running in the organization must have some improvement. The improvement that described by the improvement required by the organization owners or management, and also the improvement that suggested by the consultant will be implemented. So, ultimately they want to re-engineer the process. The key linkage, value chain, supply chain management. So, in the business process re-engineering, these things are interlinked: change management, project management, information technology, software packages. So, in business process re-engineering, it mainly affect to the human resource of the organization, and there is a change management. In this change management concept is especially involved in the ERP as well, and also this sometimes the business process, through the business process re-engineering, they will be identifying that the organization should implement a very good new ERP. So, is that the case? The ERP should be implemented, then there is a change in the organization that has to be managed. So, there should be change agent who deliver the message to the workers, and there are so many texts involved in this change management. So, project management, the project has to be managed, and that concept is the information technology, business opportunities, and software packages, ERP, supply chain management, value chain management. These things has to be that business process re-engineering has linkage with these processes. So, that has to be developed further. Why focus processes and without processes? Why focus on processes and without processes? It is unclear how value is achieved, and the effect of change on the operation of the business are hard to predict. It is very hard to predict. So, these things are very easy for you to understand. There is no basis to achieve consistent business improvement. Knowledge is lost. People move around or out of the business. If the knowledge is lost, people will move around. Cross-functional interaction is not encouraged. It is difficult to align the strategy for an organization with the problems, system and resources through which that strategy will be accomplished. So, those are very those are the things that I can explain. So, in this okay. So, up to now I think that we can stop from here. Okay, my dear students, that we have completed 9 sessions. So, up to now that 9 videos will be uploaded, and also we have completed up to 9th chapter. So, 9th chapter from 9th chapter onward, there is a marketing thing. So, it is easy for you to understand. So, I will be uploading the all the slide presentation. So, it is very easy for you to understand by reading the presentation as well. And what I want to advise is that it is better you to refer to all the slide from the beginning, and see the highlighted points given in the slide, and also YouTube videos that I have given, and also in the books that you have received, the study textbooks. So, there are so many questions given in the after every chapter there is a question. So, answers also there. So, you have to read those answers, you have to study those answers, and the slide presentation that we are going to upload into the LMS will be having presentations slide up to 10th chapter. So, you can study those things and ready for the exam. So we stop now, and best luck for your examination. I hope that these videos will be beneficial for you to write for the exam and achieve more marks. Thank you.